Hi and welcome along to Full Time. It is a big win for Arsenal. Arsenal beating Olympiacos by 3-1 last night. Massive win for us. Joined by James, joined by Cecil. They've got big smiles on their faces, and why not? Although the 3-1 doesn't quite tell all the story. Well, you know what? It's a weird one. Because in a way, we were dominant in the game, but we also tried to press that self-destruct button that we always seem to press in games. But we're going to get to that. But guys, impressive win in the end. 3 away goals. That's so important. It's huge in Europe. Because we know that next week now, when Olympiacos come to the Emirates, they have to score 3 goals to go through. They got to go for it. They can't sit back. They have to go from it from minute one. And that's a big advantage to Arsenal. But when the starting 11 came out, I don't know. I didn't see you guys at the time. I was on the live stream. We were doing the starting 11. It was a very mixed response to it. I don't know what your response was like, but...
Well, I'll go first. Because very simply, I wasn't disappointed, really. I'd like to have seen Cedric play. I'd like to have seen Pepe play. Because I think they deserve it. But it didn't offend me, the 11. I thought, and I'm glad Gabriel...
losing it that Willian was in there?
No, I wanted Pepe to play, but we didn't lose it. I think we thought, disappointing. But that was more disappointing.
Yeah, but I know you're a hater.
Don't try to start no narrative with me.
But go on. Up here when we was doing it, people weren't too happy that Bellerin was starting over Cedric.
Agreed.
The Willian one was very controversial. A lot of people saying that Pepe should start, and even Gabriel. And incidentally, 3 of those players that came in, they all had decent games, I thought. Yeah. Especially Gabriel. But even Gabriel, people were like, well, Pablo Mari's been doing all right, man. Did we need to bring him back in? And
Did we all have Pablo Mari in our start? I
think we did.
I think Pablo Mari in my start.
Yeah, so did I. And I think he's been on good form and he's dominant in the air, so I kind of wanted him to start. But Gabriel, he's man of the match for me. I don't know.
He had a great game.
What a lovely problem to have. We have too many good centre backs. When was the last time?
Are we talking about Arsenal?
Yeah. When was the last time we've had this issue? Yeah.
Well, Tony Adams, Steve Bold, them days.
Bloody hell.
But it was the starting lineup though was.
Yeah, it's fair.
Strong enough starting lineup.
I think overall we can. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I think overall. Whatever happened, the lineup was definitely more than good enough to win it. So
definitely,
no real complaints.
So talk us through it. Tell us about the game.
Yeah. So it was. How did you feel we started? Really,
very well.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal recently it's the same sort of story. We start off really well, maybe go ahead, start fast, but then we just ease off the throttle. We really do. We step back. I think that's what kind of the story nowadays, and we haven't got that killer instinct, and it is starting to frustrate me. Don't get me wrong, we did win 3-1, but there was times where it could have went a complete other way.
There's a reason I didn't jump straight into that, and I wanted to ask you that because I felt we started well, and then it got to about 25 minutes in, and we weren't. I think it's 0-0. And I'm thinking, God, we've had a good start. We've created some good chances, but we've not taken advantage.
Should have been about 2-0 up.
We should have been, absolutely.
Odegaard missed a very easy chance at the start of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was other chances. I think Aubameyang had one. Yeah. We had chances. We had chances at the start of the game, and we, like you said, we hadn't, sort of had that killer instinct at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Then it all changed with Odegaard.
It did. And let's have a little look at it. I've recreated it up here now. I think what went a little unnoticed was how good the Arsenal press was for this goal. I'm going to play it through once, but then we'll break it down slowly. Obviously, they actually try to play out the back, funnily enough. And we pounce on it. Odegaard then shows his magic from distance, is able to just... Keeper probably should do better, but there's a bit of swerve. We're not going to talk about their keeper too much. Let's credit Odegaard with it. I thought Odegaard was subtly having a really good first half. Sloppy moments, like when he gave it away, around our area and all that. But I thought he was having a really good half. But what I really liked about this bit here was what I really like about this goal is that Partey recognises that the only way they can continue this play down out the back like they were is to play it down the line to Valbuena. And he pounces. So when that's knocked on, he's there, and almost in one touch, he knocks it to Odegaard. a lot of people said Partey had a bad game, and I agree. By his standards, he wasn't as good as we know he can be. But that was such a vital moment because he got in, snappy, at their heels, and one touch into Odegaard. And then it's Odegaard's quality. But I wanted to... Normally we wouldn't recreate a belter like this from distance, like we haven't with El Rennies. But I thought the press in the goal was worthy of mentioning. Arsenal showed their dominance in that sense.
I do also want to say that I was very surprised at Odegaard's strike, and I remember saying, I think it was on this show, saying that Odegaard seems great, but I don't think he has goals in his locker from outside the box. And if I'm honest, I don't think many of the Arsenal team do. So to see that really makes me feel very positive for him going forward. And we're getting goals from midfield. I know we haven't got Elneny's goal here, but that is a positive look. We need more of that. Like, shoot from outside the box. I know Partey, since he's been in, I've seen him many times trying to do a strike. They haven't been always on target from outside the box, but it's nice to see today that there was some wonder strikes.
Take shots from outside the box. Got to take shots from outside the box. If you take shots from outside the box, anything can happen.
Exactly.
As we saw today. You
Anything
know what I mean?
can happen.
You know, there can be bits of swerve and stuff like that, and it was brilliant. It was a brilliant goal. I mean, I think it was the pace of the strike and the slight swerve on it that did the keeper. He didn't know whether to tip it, whether to punch it away, and it completely done him. And it was a fantastic goal. Now we then go from the sublime to the absolute ridiculous, and I was losing it on the stream. You know what I mean? I had another one of my ones where I completely lost it because I am now getting to the stage where I'm getting very fed up of seeing Arsenal throw, goals away. Teams are not working to score goals against Arsenal. We are basically handing them goals on a silver platter. Now, the thing that annoyed me about the one last night is that you're thinking to yourself, well, last week, has nobody learned from last week's goal against Burnley? What is Leno doing on this goal? Talk me through it.
So all eyes were on Dani Ceballos, and I understand why. I'm going to say this one thing about Ceballos. A bit like Xhaka, I think he could have recognised he was in trouble and knocked it back. However, having watched it a few times, I'm with you. This is on Leno for me.
Leno, the one on against Burnley, I blamed that on Xhaka because I was like, even though Leno, all right, but we play out in tight spaces. And he was trying to be smart, curling it around Chris Wood, and that he could have put it out. The adopts. This one, I'm like, why are you playing it into a player who's got four? Four players. Well, you're going to recreate it.
Well, go on.
I was going to say, I respect you for saying it was Leno's mistake, and it was because you could have took the easy route and been like, I told you Xhaka should start and Ceballos doesn't make mistakes, and we said Ceballos doesn't make too many mistakes.
We were worried about what you were going to say.
I was worried you were going to be like, I told you.
I was going ballistic.
He's going to come for us.
I was going ballistic on Leno because I'm just looking at it and saying, you've not, even though, yes, Xhaka is most to blame on that one on the weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you not learned anything? I would go as far as to be strong on this if I was Mikel Arteta and say to him, do that again, you're out the team. Ryan comes in for you.
Right.
I'm serious, I'm that serious because you can't make those sort of errors 2 games in a row.
Arteta looked furious in his post.
Oh my God.
He looked furious.
We are our own worst enemy. That is what it is. We are our own worst enemy.
Talk us through that.
Just to quickly remind what happened against Burnley, Leno plays it to Xhaka because it's either Xhaka or Long, because actually Chris Wood cuts the pass to Luiz, and people need to remember that. Here, Leno has enough options.
Got the whole field in front of him.
Right, absolutely. So Xhaka's running backwards, all right, they're pressing quite well, gives it back to Gabriel, who knocks it into Leno. Leno, at this point, I'm going to pause it, he's got Luiz to his right, simple pass. He's even got Gabriel to his left.
Got Gabriel, I think if he was to look further down, he had Bellerin, he could have hit it too further.
Could have gone long.
Could have gone longer.
Absolutely.
I think Olympiacos, on a serious one, they set a trap here though. I know for a fact teams do this. No,
it's not a trap.
I'm telling you, Robbie,
I disagree.
Do you really? You think they don't,
you know what, it looks like a trap.
Yeah.
It's not a trap, right? The trap.
I get what you mean.
It looks like, when you look on it, right, when they show I saw them showing the graphics on BT Sport and stuff, it looks like a trap.
Yeah.
It's not a trap.
You just think it's just poor,
it's
poor decision
stupidity,
making.
right? Because he had so many options. They were just like in the middle of the field in their natural positions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when he plays it now to Ceballos, they're like, aye.
We can get here. We can nick it.
I know.
They must have thought.
And let's, you know,
He's not happy about that.
I agree. The more I watch it, the more I look at Leno here. So let's play it through again. Gabriel knocks it back to Leno. Fine. We're in control here, but he knocks it. And then, in fairness, by the time I've recreated this slightly badly with the shot, he's not that far out. But it's this bit. I'm just going to take it back a little bit. It's this pass from Leno. You can see from the arrows.
Yeah.
It's not just that he gave it to Ceballos, but there was enough pace on it. There wasn't enough pace.
Yeah.
So what Ceballos has to do is try and be a bit creative. Now, in fairness, is there any blame on Ceballos? For me, yeah, he should just knock it back and realise, all right, this has all gone a bit wrong. Give it back and go again. Yeah. He tries a bit of skill.
Ceballos has just come on the pitch as well. Remember that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's tight.
Absolutely.
To give it, if you look at from this diagram, if he plays it back, it's still quite tight to Leno.
It is. Yeah.
If I was Ceballos here, I would have went back into those change rooms after the game. Had we have not lost, I would have gripped Leno up and said to him, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to ruin my career? Right? But you could see the relief. Yeah. The relief on his face. And you see in his actions when that third goal went in, because he knew that he's not going to be the talking point. And I was glad for him in that way. But how many more mistakes is this team going to make? Right? We made a mistake against Burnley, Southampton, Man City, you know, all these games, you know what I mean, the Benfica games, home and away. Teams are not scoring worldies against us. Nope. We're giving it to them on a plate. And if you do that against the better teams, if we do that in the North London derby, and you do that with Son and Bale and, you know, Harry Kane, what's going to happen? We've got to cut this out. There was some great football in that first half from Arsenal.
Yeah, there was,
We're the away team. I thought we were like the home team.
Yeah, agreed.
But what? Honestly,
I don't know. I'd love to know the stat of where we'd be in the league if we didn't have this many mistakes.
We'll look into it.
Because I want you to look into it. Because you know what? It's not just the mistake. I want you to look into it. This, right? Mistakes and red cards. How many red cards we had? 4 or 5?
5.
Yeah, 5.
And we've not won any of those games. We've got a red card in. We've not won any of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
those and the mistakes. How many points would we have? Where would we be?
Well, look at
that. The mistakes and indiscipline around this team this season have not been acceptable. And something has to be done about it.
Yeah.
And if it means that those players they're continually doing it, you've got to.
Yeah, you got to get involved, get rid.
But anyway,
let's go a bit positive now.
No, but I think you're right too, because I'll be honest, I came away from this game last night, I wasn't overjoyed. I know we won, and that's the important thing. 3-1, 3 away goals, great. But I wasn't like, yes, what a performance, what a win. I was like, still
we not got out of jail.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you're trying to say.
We had, there was a part in that game when they got the goal back where Bellerin made an unbelievable block. Right, had that gone in, we could be looking again at another, But
you're right.
To be fair to the players, they were on the front foot throughout the game. Got some other great goals.
Yeah.
And now we're looking comfortable.
Yeah, let's look at the positive. Let's look at come on, Gabriel, the header. Do you know what?
Deserved it, man. What
Definitely. And
he was brilliant.
What a header.
Exactly. We're speaking about Mari as well. We're speaking about having him in, but Gabriel came up, stepped up to play, especially because if we're honest, we haven't seen him for a little bit of time. You know what I mean?
Not at this level.
Definitely not.
He's played well, but not like this.
Yeah,
the thing I loved was he was doing it defensively. Ball comes into the box when you really need a goal because the team's a bit shaky. We're not really in it. We just conceded. The ball's going to Aubameyang. Gabriel's like, no thanks.
I'll take it.
I'm having this, and I love that. Like that's a proper centre back. That's a proper hearty centre back who's
and he scored a few goals now this season. And it was a great header. The direction on it, the angle, it was fantastic. And Chelsea fans, who made the assist for the game?
Here we go.
Willian.
Here we go.
Yeah? How many is Ziyech had? How many is Willian? I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Let it go, man.
I ain't letting go nothing. You mad? You know what stick these man gave me at the start of the season.
True.
Chelsea fans, where you at? Yeah? That's another assist for Willian.
I'm going to get you a shirt with Willian on the back.
Yeah,
Willian over Ziyech.
Yeah, because listen, man, right? Remember that stick they gave me. What now?
Do you know what? Robbie, fair, because when we did our StreamYards, when we was in lockdown, everyone in the comments just
every single person,
even on our shows, like, oh yeah, tell Robbie that Ziyech is better than
Willian. Where they now? Where you at? Where? Right.
Yeah.
Willian assist.
Willian assist. So yeah, big up. Listen, it was a great goal from Gabriel. Great header. Also, he got an assist in the game as well. Let's not forget that. He got an assist as well as a goal. So, to Mohamed El Neni. So, I mean, look at him. He's so, look at the passion in his eyes. He's
and
so
can I say, when he came on, we were all happy. We were all behind it.
No, you weren't.
We were not. We weren't.
I bet you lot were all cussing. I mean, they were up here.
I'll be real.
Like,
we were going.
Why is he bringing on?
Yep, you're right.
Kelechi.
Yeah.
Kelechi's like, why is he bringing him on for? We need a goal. We need a goal. Listen, I think it was a defensive move to bring him on, just to shore things up, make sure, which is the sensible thing to do, really. It's just to make sure, that we just see this one out now, get back to the Emirates with an advantage. But wow, what a goal!
Yeah, I think it was a defensive move. But then when you saw Smith Rowe and Pepe come on, you're like, oh, okay, maybe he's adding a bit more flair, but wants to have a bit of stability. Then Sabas goes in the 10. So I was thinking, actually, I kind of get it. And there are a few people on your fan cams who make some really good points.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we might as well take a look back to what was said at the fan cams yesterday, because there was some interesting things said. What was your thoughts then, obviously, on just quickly on Partey's performance? Because there's a lot of mixed reviews here at the studio. They're saying that he didn't have a great game. I mean, you said he helped Odegaard get his goal. Do you think he had a good game all in all, or?
I think it was very quiet, but you can definitely see the stability that we have with him. Even in a bad game, I still think that he's better at a 50% fitness than what some of our other guys are at 100%. Like, as soon as he came off, that midfield felt so open.
Since Partey got subbed off, we kind of lost control of the midfield. So I thought, bringing El Neni, sort of put on the handbrakes there so that we don't lose complete control.
So yeah, there were some interesting things said there. Like there were people saying about Partey, guys. Like they said he had a good game, and I don't think he had one of his best games, if I'm honest. But they were saying as soon as he left that midfield, it seemed like Arsenal were a bit shaky. But I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I kind of agree. And when El Neni came on, it was almost like we had that almost workhorse back in there a little bit. I don't know.
What's your thoughts?
I kind of get it. I think we did look looser without.
I didn't think he had a good game. I'd say. I thought he was a very all right. He had a hand in the first goal, but apart from that, I thought he was very sloppy in the game.
I think he was.
It was a very, very poor performance by him, by his very high standards. So.
Yes.
No, I don't know where some of those guys are coming from. I didn't think he had a great game.
No,
I'm hoping that he has a much better game than that against
I was
Scotland.
just about to say that. Would you want him still in for the North London derby?
Yeah, of course. He's a quality player.
Yeah.
And he's still, remember, he's still come back from injury and he's got more minutes in the tank.
Yeah.
But last night I didn't think he was great.
No, I think it's more that the midfield just looked a little more open without him in there, because he covers so much ground. Whether on the ball, I agree, sloppy, but I think he's a presence, whether he's playing well or not.
Well, let's get into the man of the match. Who did you all think was man of the match?
Can I interrupt? Because I know we're all going to say who we're going to say. And before we do, I want to touch on two players, and I've just got a few stats around them here.
Okay.
I want to touch on Odegaard and Willian. At times quiet, but at times effective in both getting a goal and assist. Obviously having lots of shots. You talked about goals from midfield.
Yeah.
Willian had 2 shots, Odegaard had 2 shots. Key passes, 4 and 2 each, passed in the opposition half, obviously right up there. But the stat I love is duels. Now Willian had the joint highest duels with Xhaka and another player, I can't remember who else it was. And
Listen, they were giving me stick, man. They were giving me stick. They were creating memes. Where are you? Blues Fan TV. Where you man at?
Oh my God.
Louis, where you at?
You're the don of this. Are you not worried that things might bite you back in the backside?
Enjoy this while it lasts.
He's picking up, man. He's picking up.
Okay, let's get back to this.
But look, I felt we haven't done this before on the full-time show, like really breaking down their numbers, but I felt I had to for these two, because there's something
Odegaard was good as well.
Odegaard I thought was very good, especially after his goal. I thought it's just, when you look at a player and you're like, he's got class. And I think he brings
definitely
that
does.
to the team.
And definitely a big honourable mention again to El Neni as well. He had 100% pass completion when he came on. I know he didn't
out of 10 passes.
All right. Don't tell the numbers. But
he was going on. Yeah, he got 100%.
Listen, he got 100%.
He made an impact. That goal that he scored is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Huge goal.
Definitely.
You can see
Probably
the Olympiacos players were deflated after that.
Do you think he doesn't get enough credit, Robbie, just quickly? Because he always gets looked over when it comes to the midfielders. Or do you think he does, like what it says on the tin, we value him for what he can do, just come on?
I think what he does is what he does. He's a backup player. He's
fair.
not your starting For me, he's not a starting player.
Yep.
For me, he's not long-term the answer at Arsenal.
Okay.
But one thing I always say about Elneny, when he comes on the pitch, he gives it all.
Yeah,
he gives it his all. Sometimes his all is not enough. You know, if you're up against teams like Tottenham, his all is not enough. But you can see he's a squad player. You can see he's a good squad player. He doesn't moan. He doesn't complain. He comes on. He gets on with it. And if the manager says go on and block things out, he'll do that.
Yeah.
So you need players like that in your team.
Agreed.
Very
in
true.
your squad, you need players like that.
Definitely.
So everyone's man of the match, we're all agreeing.
Do you know what? So it was, you know, I'm definitely agreeing with you, and I'm going for Gabriel. Odegaard was close.
Yeah.
I thought he had a very, very good game. I think after that header, I thought Gabriel was magnificent in the game. There's only one moment when he gave away, he sort of came rushing in, and I was like, oh, you're not going back to that way. And he got booked for it. And if you looked at it, it was a bit of a dive by the
it wasn't
by the player. But that was the only thing I'd say in the game where his only sort of rash time. But he was very commanding. In the game, really was.
I thought so too. And yeah, just some stats here for you: 2 tackles, 3 clearances, 80 touches, the second highest of any player on the pitch. But the big one, he got a goal and an assist. So fair play.
Can't
to
argue
him,
with that, man. Man of the match, and he's back. Gabriel is back.
He's back.
I want to ask you both, because obviously we've got the North London derby coming up the weekend. Who then starts at the back? Do you put Murray back in, or do you play Gabriel?
Oh, I didn't know he was going to ask this. What's this about?
Yeah. You think this is some scripted thing? Man's got things to drop in, bro. Right?
I like that. Go on. So
Murray or Gabriel? I assume that we'd all say Luis would be in there on that right-hand side.
Yep.
Murray or Gabriel?
Oh, God.
Gabriel for me. I mean, am I being too reactionary? I don't know, you guys let us know, but I just think after this performance, dropping him, I don't think it's right. I think for the style of play Tottenham are as well, I think Gabriel suits it a bit better than Murray, in my opinion.
Murray for me. Just.
Murray. What?
It's a hard one because I like Murray's composure. And
that's what it is.
Remember, this is Harry Kane, this is Son.
Yeah, they're going to be.
This is Ndombele, it's another level. However, then I think I'm going to maybe go with Cecil, right? Because how do you drop a guy who's just had a performance like that, who's scored that goal, who's had an assist as well, and has just had like one of his best matches for months? I'd have to keep Gabriel in. And then I'd say to Murray, you're in for the Europa League game on Thursday.
Agreed.
You've got to play players on form. And the other thing is as well, he's a goal threat. That's almost like his 3rd goal now this season.
His 3rd goal,
Right? He's a goal threat from set pieces. He's a guy who can look after other players at set pieces.
Yes.
And I think he's got that bit of fight in him for
for the
this
derby.
North London derby game.
Really, maybe we need to be brave and play both of them.
What, Murray and Gabriel?
Centre-backs,
I hear that. I just think seeing.
No, I think I'll play Luis.
I think I'll play Luis up as well. I would like to see Arteta go with a back line that's the same for 2 games in a row. I think we just chop and change so much, and I think after this game here, I think you know what, they know how they're playing out. I know they know the style of play. Keep them for now, and like Robbie said, in the next game next week against Olympiacos, we put in Murray.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, thank you very much. It was a great win. I said at the start of the week we've got 3 tough games coming up, which was a run of games of Olympiacos, Spurs, Olympiacos. First hurdle, we are over. It's off to a great start, right? Can we back it up with a win over Tottenham? Let's hope we can do. Also, just to remind you, get onto AFTV VIP. Check out my read of the week on there. Not another Meghan Markle story. Newspapers, they're so 90-90. You've got to check out the AFTV VIP and check out my read of the week, which is 3 reasons why Martin Odegaard should be signed by Arsenal this summer. You know what? Thinking about it, definitely we've got to sign this kid. Number 1 is a number 10, and we lack number 10s, and he's brilliant at it. Number 2, I love his pressing game. It's really good. And number 3, the age profile. He's perfect. He's young, he's dynamic, he's hungry to do well. You know, Odegaard, forget going back to Madrid. Your home now is Arsenal. London, that's where you need to be. And there's a lot of Norwegians around there as well. Brilliant stories in there by some of the top journalists. And it's all free. Check out AFTV VIP right now. They got some great articles on there, free to read as well. So make sure you check that out and check out all the other great features on AFTV VIP. And don't forget to do your picks this weekend on AFTV VIP, because you've got a chance to win a 50-inch flat screen TV. Hopefully we beat Tottenham and you can watch all the reruns of how we beat them on it. So please, come on Arsenal. Do what you did tonight. Do what you did last night and win the game. Come on you Arsenal.
Come on you Gunners.
Today's show is sponsored by Profit Accumulator, the UK's #1 match betting service. So what is match betting? It's a method that's used by individuals to profit from free bets and incentives offered by bookmakers. By leveraging one bookie's offer against another bookie's offer, it's possible to ensure that the odds are in your favour. And when you sign up to Profit Accumulator, they will walk you through how to do match betting with their easy to follow video guides. Profit Accumulator have a friendly 7-day-a-week customer support team that will help you with any questions that you might have. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and you can start your Profit Accumulator journey today and you won't regret it.